Oh, wow, 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 wow. Nudity in TV. Hi, you guys. Welcome to the 7th episode of Nudity in TV. Today's topic is the TV show Euphoria. I have Cami here as my co-host for today because I actually haven't seen the TV show Euphoria. I've seen the first episode, but there's a lot of nudity in it, and we're going to talk about today whether that nudity furthers the plot or if it was actually used just to get views and keep people entertained. So I've seen the first episode of Euphoria, and I don't remember any nudity. I saw it like 2 years ago. There was nothing. I didn't actually know that Euphoria had nudity until Cami told me that it did. So it wasn't something that I've actually seen in a TV show before. Although I've heard, and as Cami has told me, there's a lot of nudity. It's not just like a here and there sort of thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's kind of often. So I can't speak to nudity in the TV show, but that's why Cami's here. She's going to talk a bit about the merit of nudity in Euphoria.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty often. I wouldn't say it's like Game of Thrones often, but like often enough where it's like, in my mind, I think of Euphoria, I think of like the nude scenes. But I don't think it furthered the plot whatsoever. Like all the nude scenes I can think of are just kind of there. Like there's one or two that kind of like, that I can think of that are like maybe further like the plot of the idea they're trying to push of like teenagehood for people our generation is kind of crazy, but like I don't know. It always weirded me out just because these are adults playing these characters, but they're playing minors, so you're showing me technically like minors' bodies. So it's always like weirded me out. Like I had this whole debate where you could totally have just done the show in college and it would have been fine.
Right.
Yeah.
And going off of this, talking about like one of the dangers of having nudity in TV is when you're portraying characters who would probably be under 18 years old nude. Even though the actors and actresses themselves aren't under 18, they're of age, you're still playing a character. I don't know if all the characters are supposed to be over 18, it doesn't matter. It's still high school. Like it's a high school show. And I know that very few people, you know, when I was in high school were 18 at the start of even our senior year. I was the only 18-year-old that I knew because people turn 18, you know, even after they graduate high school. So I think that's a pretty dangerous thing to have in TV is when you're portraying an underage character nude. That to me feels icky. I don't like that. Did you want to talk more about that, like go into any more depth about that?
I mean, yeah, there's just a bunch of scenes where it's like blatant nudity for no reason. There's this one locker room scene where it's like all the guys have no clothes on and they're just being stupid, and it just felt like gross to me. I was like, what's the point? Now I don't know if that was the director's intent, like if that was his plan to like make you feel gross, but sometimes it felt like what was the point of that?
So we'll be using Euphoria as an example. You know, last week we did Game of Thrones as our topic, so now we have talked about and analyzed 2 different TV shows and their uses of nudity. And next week, my last episode actually is next week, and it'll be the pros and cons of nudity in TV. I'll be talking about all the episodes that we've done up until this point and really kind of making a decision about whether or not nudity in TV is more good or if it's more bad. So we'll be using, I don't know if that was proper grammar. It's okay if it wasn't.
It's my life, I can do what I want.
But we'll be talking about Euphoria and Game of Thrones next episode as well, and trying to come to a decision. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode, and again, please tune in next Sunday for my final entry about the pros and cons of nudity in TV. Bye!
Bye.
Oh, wow, 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 wow. Nudity in TV.